Good morning. So, what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to give a recap of what happened last week. So, this is what you should have learned last week, and if you didn't, congratulations, you can learn this now. So, the first thing is you need to know how to create a project. Creating a project, you right click right here and you click New Java Project. Now, if that did not show up, you can use the ... and then find it that way. Only thing you're doing here is naming it. So, I'm going to call this one Echo Video. I can't call it Echo because I already have an Echo project here, but I can call it Echo Video. Now, inside this Echo Video here, I'm going to right click and I'm going to click on New Class. And here I'm going to name the class whatever I would like it to name it. In this particular week, I asked you guys to call it Echo. And I'm going to be using a capital letter to start off my words here. So Echo. And I'm going to click this button here to add the mains method. If you forget doing that, you'll just have to write it yourself. So I'm going to click on Finish here. And this creates this particular piece here. So all your code will be going in between these two curly braces, this one here and that one there. So what we're going to do once we get to this part is, what else did we learn? We learned about scanner. So we can do scanner scan equals new scanner. Now this will allow us to capture input from the user from their console, which is down here. Now you're going to get these red squiggly lines. You're going to think you did something wrong. You haven't yet. So you're going to hover over it and see what the fixes are. Now, if it says import, click that. It's going to add this up here. I would highly recommend not typing this at all because that's not on the AP exam, so we don't need to worry about it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to ask the user, how do we ask the user to do something? So if we do system.out.print, and we can say, can you type a word in? And I'm going to make sure I end that with a curly brace. You're going to notice that everything ends with a semicolon, and I need to make sure everything matches right here. Also be very aware that this is a capital S. Notice the capital S is in here. Perfect. And if I run this right here, it's going to run, and it's going to come here, and it says, can you type a word in? And it ends. I know it's ending because this right here is not red. Next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to ask. So I'm going to make a string variable called input for now. And we're going to say We're going to do scan.nextLine. Great. So now that we have that, we're going to accept the input. To make sure that we have it, I'm going to do system.out.println input. If I run this now, it should echo back what I say to it. So if I say, what's up, class? It says, what's up, class? Perfect. Now, next thing I want to know is, how do I find out what the length of anything is? So if I do system.out.println, I can do input.length. Now, this particular part, you don't actually have to include in your assignment, but the input.length is you'll need to use it somewhere else in your assignment here. So you'll never actually write what's on line 13 by itself. So I'm going to run this real quick. So if I type in hello, that number should be 5. If I run it again, if I say, what's up, doc? It says 13. Now the spaces and the question mark also count. Great. So let's do our last piece. The next thing and the last piece that you need to know from last week is substring. So we're going to do systemout.println, and we're going to have input.substring. Now this will have a beginning index and an ending index. These things, they're going to start at 0. So if I want to begin everything at 0 and take in pretty much half of what's going on here, I could do input.length divided by 2. Basically, I find the length of it and divide by 2, and I'll do half. So if I do holy moly, that's holy moly, but oh well. We'll do that right there. Holy moly is 10. And pretty much that gets cut in half to be only holly. Great. If I wanted to only do the second half, well, I could just put the input.length, like half there, and I would just put a comma here and just go till the end, which is the length. So let's do holly molly again. Holly molly. And I would get molly at the end. Great. So hopefully you've learned a little bit about substring, length, how to print out a variable, how to print out text, how to take an input using a scanner, and how to read in a string. Good luck, everyone, and we're going to get started doing more next week. Bye.